Good evening. Today we'll be talking about the importance of getting your annual physical, what happens during it, and what is the personal cost to you. My name is Maxim Reshetnikov, and why am I not be a physician? I intend to be one, and I do work in the healthcare field. I've done a great deal of research on the subject. I'm confident you'll reach the same conclusion as I did, first looking at the facts. So why is a physical important? Unity Point Health states many adults might not think a yearly checkup is really necessary, especially when they consider themselves to be in good health. However, nearly one-third of the 133 million Americans living with a chronic disease are unaware of their health condition. In fact, a chronic disease causes 7 out of every 10 deaths. A shocking statistic. We aren't all doctors or masters of medicine and might not know what's going on with our bodies. In fact, a lot of diseases don't manifest into physical symptoms until it's too late. For example, I knew a girl that awoke one day with a slight bump above her right eyebrow. She could have fallen and hit her head. It could be a pimple. It was just a little bit of discomfort, so she didn't think much of it. It increased in size gradually, but nothing too alarming. About 16 months went by. She was feeling healthy and fine, so she never went to an annual physical or saw a physician. Until one morning she awoke and noticed some blurring in her left eye. She started losing vision. She had a piercing headache and nausea. She did what most people would do and went to the emergency department to seek help. There, doctors had discovered she had a brain tumor that had grown on the inside instead of on the outside, to the point where it started pushing down her ophthalmic nerve, causing these symptoms. Thankfully, it wasn't malignant, so it had not spread anywhere, and they removed it without incident, and she's fine to this day. However, not everyone is so lucky. So it's important to go to those screenings regardless of how well you're feeling. Now, what happens during these screenings? The exam is usually broken down into 3 stages: a health history, a physical exam, and laboratory work. Health history is a good chance to sit down and talk about what's been happening in your life to your physician, in addition to asking any questions you might have. And it's a chance for the physician to screen for infectious disease, for certain social history like alcohol, tobacco, or recreational drug use, your diet and exercise, and overall safety habits such as using a seatbelt or the smoke alarms in your home. But more importantly, it's a chance for you to build a rapport and trust in your physician, so you feel comfortable coming to them with any problems you may experience. Medline Plus says that an annual physical and the physical component entails a head-to-toe check, listening to the heart and lungs, doing a vision check, a hearing check, taking a height and weight to calculate body mass index, to screen for obesity, and a blood pressure check to screen for hypertension. Middlesex Hospital states the most common lab work performed is usually a complete blood count, which gives a general snapshot of health. A comprehensive metabolic panel, which screens for kidney, liver, and thyroid disease. A urinalysis, which screens for kidney problems and diabetes, and a cholesterol check to screen for heart disease, in addition to calculating your HDL, LDL, and triglycerides. Now, all this stuff sounds great, but what's its cost to me? What is the price? In 2016, the U.S. Census concluded that 91.2% of Americans are insured. Annual physicals typically fall under preventative care clauses, which means they are free to you. No copay, no deductible, no bill. In order to check that, for example, Medicaid patients can go to healthcare.gov and see a list of these services spelled out. Private and commercial insurances also offer similar lists. If they do not, you can go and look at the back of your insurance card and call the number there to speak to an operator who will happily explain these benefits to you. Now, for the 9% that aren't insured, MEPS has said the average cost is about $199 for a physical. Now, this might not be cheap, but it is far cheaper than treating a preventable disease down the line. So, how long does this take? JAMA states that an average visit is about 23.1 minutes. Most people watch more TV in a day, so it's not hard to find a half hour in a year to see what your health is like. Now, we went over why it's important, what the exam entails, and again, the cost to us. All of this leads into what is called preventative care, treating something before it causes a true issue. Now, most major chronic diseases advance in stages, and if they're caught and identified early, can be treated or even cured with lifestyle changes or pharmaceutical intervention. So in conclusion, please go schedule your annual physical today and make sure you're staying healthy.